Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at a really fun team in the Great League Remix Cup featuring XL LEDIAN. Today, I would like to introduce Team Tank. This team was specifically picked due to its bulk, with all Pokemon on the team having a stat product over 2200 in the Great League, which is quite tanky. We have XL LEDIAN on the lead, Lickitung on the save switch, and Alomomola as the closer. This bulky team was quite a lot of fun to run, and we were able to pull off some epic wins. Hopping into the first match, leading LEDIAN into Pelipper, and this is a terrible lead. We are instantly going to save switch into Lickitung. Now the Pelipper is staying in for quite a while, which honestly works out for me. Any damage I can get on this Pelipper will be very useful. We land the Body Slam, and now they bring in Machamp. Machamp is a little tough to deal with, especially since I no longer have as big of an energy lead, and they're going to be able to reach the back-to-back just before I reach the second Body Slam, so there's no point in shielding here. I'm actually going to let this go down and farm down with LEDIAN. LEDIAN is so tanky that we can even take a double super effective Rock Slide from Machamp, but this one is actually running Payback. LEDIAN tanks the Payback no problem. I'm expecting them to aggressively bring in Pelipper. We're able to catch the Weather Ball onto Alomomola, and we'll see what they have in back, and they have Greedent. So this is very rough, as it looks like they basically have us countered. They've won lead, they've won swap, and they have a good matchup in the end game. We are going to let the first Body Slam come through. Again, this is Team Tank for a reason. Alomomola and Lickitung have a ton of HP, and LEDIAN is all defense. I can let this go. This should just be a Body Slam. I do survive that, and now we're going to hit back with the Psychic, as even Psychic will do some okay damage in this matchup. We get the shield, they bring in Pelipper for an aggressive farm down, but we reach the Psychic on 1 HP, and we have an Aerial Ace loaded. So we're going to combo play here. We bring in the LEDIAN, we're able to snipe the Pelipper. Pelipper has a ton of energy, but dies with it. They bring back in the Greedent, and I have one mission. Sure, an Aerial Ace can win here, but I want to land the Bug Buzz. Body Slam? Sure, we tank that, no problem. And now we're just going to get to the Bug Buzz. They should be one Bullet Seed off the next Body Slam, but we are able to reach the Bug Buzz. LEDIAN able to flex on him a little bit, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match. We have LEDIAN into Lantern. Now this is a big core breaker for the team. As you can see, I have a flying type on the lead with an Alomomola in the back, so I am ABA weak to electric. So I cannot switch out. I have to stay in here, but again, the bulk of LEDIAN able to tank a super effective Thunderbolt, still hang on, and deliver big damage with the Bug Buzz. Unfortunately, we will get sparked down, but between the Bug Buzz and the Bug Bites, honestly, LEDIAN held its own pretty well in the zeros. We will have to tank a Hydro Pump, which is unfortunate, but we will be able to lick all the way down and leave us some energy for whatever's in back, and they have Frostlass. I'm expecting them to throw right away, so we count to 6, we bring in Alomomola, and we catch the Avalanche. And if there's anything more annoying than running into a team that has monster stat products, how about a team that's switching so you end up throwing resisted moves? We are going to shield up the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball would be doing big damage, and we really want to preserve the Alomomola if at all possible, because they're not switching, so they could be weak in the back. We're able to get the shield. Now this should be the Shadow Ball again, and then they're probably going to switch to avoid being farmed down. They have Drifblim in the back. So again, we have a plan, switch on 5, and we catch onto Lickitung. Please tell me we caught the Shadow Ball. We did! We catch the Shadow Ball. It's double resisted. Now, unfortunately, we do not have very good charge moves to throw a Drifblim. We have the double resisted Body Slam and the single resisted Power Whip. So we land the Power Whip, and now we're going to go for the Body Slam to try and get the shield. The opponent is forced to throw energy, which is so nice, as we would have reached another Body Slam. We bring in Alomomola, we farm down, we leave with the Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump will be able to take out the Frostlass, and despite that atrocious lead, Team Tank is able to bring it back, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, and the leads are not getting better. LEDIAN into Magcargo, that's pretty bad. We are going to save switch into our Lickitung, and unfortunately we do get outpaced. I'm going to let whatever they throw come through here. It is the Overheat though, that is rough. And now they're going to bring in Pelipper. Now, Pelipper is very tough for this team. I need to get off a decent amount of damage with Lickitung, and unfortunately, they just get to the charge move before I do, so I'm actually going to shield up because the lick damage I'll be able to get will be important. I want to farm it so it's at least in bug bite range for the LEDIAN. We are farming, and the opponent decides not to throw, so it looks like they're going for a farm down, and that is perfect for me. We will 100% let them farm us down because those licks have now put it into bug bite down range. We bring in the LEDIAN, they're going to hurricane me, but I live a hurricane. Hurricane is a huge move, but we survive it. They attempt to aggressive snipe with Magcargo, and here's where Alomomola is absolutely feasting. We can let this go. They throw the Stone Edge. I'm an Alomomola. I don't care about Stone Edge damage. We're not even at half health, and they have Whiscash in the back. Now, this is very nice. They can't throw Blizzard here since Blizzard is resisted. They'll have to go for Mud Bombs, and Mud Bomb is a pretty weak move. Like, from this health, one Mud Bomb does not even take us out, so I'm not going to shield. We are going to let that go. That is just fine. They get to another. I will have to shield this one, and then I am going to try and catch onto the LEDIAN here. We're farming up. A simultaneous switch. LEDIAN able to bug bite down the Pelipper. Bug bites down the Whiscash. And that is a good game. Let's go. All right, hopping into the next match. A pretty nice lead. We have LEDIAN into Machamp. They save switch into Unova Stunfisk. And we have a pretty solid answer in Lickitung. Now, this works out pretty well for us because we're able to hit them for super effective with the power whips, and also we'll be able to keep the Lickitung away from the Machamp in the end game. So honestly, it's a win-win. A little bit of lag there. Very nice Niantic. You love to see it. And we're going for the power whip. Unfortunately, they do commit the shield. That is a little rough, but Lickitung should still be outside of discharge range, so we don't have to shield if we don't want to. So we are going to let that through. They try an aggressive snipe with the Machamp. My switch clock wasn't quite up, so I'm forced to panic through the body slam. Very nicely done by the opponent, and now we bring back in LEDIAN. Now this will be tough. A Rock Slide does not one-shot us, but does get us very low. I shield up, and I get baited. That is so bad. So we are going to be going for the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace does get the shield. And here I'm thinking I should be able to shield whatever's next. Even if they bait me here, I don't think they can get to another Rock Slide. We shield up. They double bait, so I waste my shields. And the Machamp is not able to get there. They'll probably bring back in Unova Stunfisk. But this Bug Buzz will hurt. It'll be doing some big damage there. And we're going to count. And we're able to catch onto the Lickitung. Let's go. So we're able to make use of that low health Lickitung. And from here, I think we just wait our clock and bring in Alomomola to get ahead on energy. They insta-switch out. They have Drapion in the back. And from here, this should be a good game. In the zeros, Alomomola just takes too many hits. Drapion's not going to be able to output enough damage to kill us. Look at that crunch. I eat those for days. We are comfortably going to be able to reach the Hydro Pump. Yeah, sure, second crunch, fine by me. Alomomola, living up to the tankiness, able to take them out. Back in comes the Stunfisk. Stunfisk sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. LEDIAN into Trevenant. This is a pretty neutral lead, but the opponent save switches into Drapion, and this is a definite positive matchup for us. We are going to let the first one go. Again, we are such a bulky team. We do not have to shield that, and we're going for the Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz did get buffed in Season 10. It does extra damage now, and you can tell that does huge damage onto the Drapion. Drapion's only going to be able to get off one move here. They get off the crunch, but we are able to farm down. Now, will they bring back in the Trevenant, or will we get to see their third? They bring in Probopass, and we actually are able to get to the Bug Buzz here, which is very nice. Bug Buzz can get a defense drop. Unfortunately, we're not able to get there, but winning switch here is very nice. We'll bring in the Alomomola. This is Alomomola's best remaining matchup, is against the Probopass, and then we'll have the Lickitung for the Trevenant. In comes Trevenant. We bring in Lickitung, and here's where our licks are able to hit for super effective damage, while their poor Shadow Claws are double resisted. Unfortunately, our charge moves don't do a whole lot here, but Trevenant is pretty glassy in the Great League, so even some resisted chip damage can be very useful. We do actually survive one more here, so again, I do not have to shield if I don't want to. There's a bunch of lag, we are farming up a ton of energy, and now we're going for the Body Slam. Body Slam does get the shield. They try and aggressively snipe with the Probopass, and we go for the Power Whip. Power Whip gets the shield, and now it's all up to Alomomola. Alomomola should be able to tank any one move here. I shield up. It is the Rock Slide. I'll be honest, I got a little worried about a Thunderbolt there, but it appears they're not running it. They go for the Rock Slide. That is fine by me, and we're actually going to go for the Psychic. Psychic is resisted, but will do some okay damage onto the Probopass. Psychic plus a Waterfall KOs, and now the Trevenant has to try and Shadow Claw down, but the bulk of Alomomola is too much. We farm down a Grass type with our Water type, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have LEDIAN into Dragonite. Dragonite, very glassy, but does hit very hard. But we should be able to do some solid damage back with the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is well known to be a terrible move, but it should still do a chunk. Aerial Ace lands, which is pretty nice there. And here I am actually staying in because I am a little worried that there could be a Steel type in the back. Dragonite is commonly paired with a Steel, so we're going to get ahead on energy with Lickitung. We'll have to see what they have. There's the Steel. It's Registeel. We bring in Alomomola, and then they switch out. The opponent makes a big mistake. They realized that Victini wouldn't have any great matchups. But what they should have done was actually kept the Registeel in, because now we're able to force a shield from the Victini, which is so nice. They go for the Psychic. They shouldn't be at a second. We're able to farm down, and even though we are low, we were able to get a shield off of them. Whereas if they had kept the Victini for the Lickitung, then they could have landed V-Creates, and you get to the V-Creates a lot faster. So we're able to get the shield with the Hydro Pump, and now we bring back in Lickitung, and we're saving Alomomola for a potential sack swap in the end game. And from here, we have to rely on the Licks and the resisted Body Slams. But fortunately, Registeel is fairly tanky in the Great League, but I'm not sure if it's quite as tanky as Team Tank. We are going for another Body Slam. And if they're dry on energy here, then we should be able to outpace, which I believe they're basically dry. Lickitung able to outpace. We reach the Body Slam. Body Slam takes down the Registeel, and despite not having alignment, we're able to take advantage of a misplay by the opponent, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have LEDIAN into Steelix. What an atrocious lead. We're going to save switch into Lickitung, and we're met with a Shadow Machamp. Things could not be going any worse for us at the moment. We go for the Body Slam, and the opponent lets it through. And suddenly, there's a chance. What I'm going to have to do here is flip switch, and I should be able to do it. We're able to reach the Body Slam before they reach their second move. They had a little bit of a slow switch in, and we're actually able to take them out and win switch advantage. That is so big. Lickitung will get farmed down, but in the middle of the Dragon Tail that takes us out, we're able to reach the Power Whip, and Power Whip does a nice chunk of damage. And now we're safely able to align the Steelix onto the Alomomola, and we have to hope that our LEDIAN has a good matchup in the back, and they have Shadow Gyarados. So unfortunately, the Machamp was LEDIAN's only good matchup here, as we really do not have a great matchup against the Shadow Gyarados. We are going to be able to go for the Aerial Aces here, but the Bug Bites are resisted, whereas these Shadow Dragon Tails are absolutely chunking. They try and farm us down, and we're able to reach another Aerial Ace. Okay, this is good. We're able to get the shield. Unfortunately, we do get farmed down, and now it's all up to Alomomola. We are so tanky. Are we able to pull it off? We get baited. I was so sure they would crunch there, but we get baited. This is absolutely terrible. They go for the crunch. The aggressive switch into Steelix, and Steelix has a move. Steelix doesn't hit very hard. Will this take us out? We survive the crunch. Alomomola able to farm down on 1 HP. Alomomola reaches the Psychic. Psychic will be taking out the Shadow Gyarados. We snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, and we have found the Core Breaker. So you may be wondering, HomeSlice, seems like you've won a lot of games here. Well, allow me to introduce you to normal flying types. They completely destroy 2/3 of this team. So the opponent actually takes a Body Slam, they store the energy, and now they're going to bring in Greedent. Now, Greedent, despite also being a normal type, the Bullet Seeds are neutral, whereas my Licks are double resisted, so Greedent does have a positive matchup here. We are going to spam out these body slams as fast as we can get them, but having a Pidgeot on the field and knowing it has energy for the end game, things are looking dire. Going for the body slam there, and as you can see, the HP difference is starting to become rather transparent, as Bullet Seed doesn't do a lot, but it does a lot more than double resisted Licks. We're going to bring in the LEDIAN, and we're going to try and commit to a very aggressive Bug Bite down. Hopefully we can leave with some energy to throw at the Pidgeot. That's typically how I like to play this team. If I'm not able to flip switch, I will go for a very aggressive Bug Bite down and just rely on the natural bulk of LEDIAN to basically trade HP for energy. They go for the Crunch. They go for an aggressive switch into their own Lickitung. So he is running triple normal. We go for the Bug Buzz, and we get the defense drop. And now it's a Alomomola time. This will be a little tough. I think this is just a body slam, so we should be okay there. But if they're able to land a Power Whip, we could potentially be in trouble. So we are going for the Psychic. Psychic does get the shield, and now Alomomola, I don't think he can get to a Power Whip if he baits here. So we're going to shield up. It's the body slam. Come on, Alomomola. Oh, that just doesn't KO. I'm hoping he's short. I need him to be short, and he's at the Power Whip. No! In comes Pidgeot, and at this point, we're just not going to be able to pull this off. Shields up, I bring in the LEDIAN, and I resign the match. So very nice energy management there by my opponent, able to successfully bait and get to the move. Hopping into the final match, we have another Drapion switch in. LEDIAN absolutely loves to see Drapion switch-ins. We get the defense drop, which is unfortunate, but you know what is even more unfortunate? This Bug Buzz damage that's about to hit the Drapion. Bug Buzz connects, nearly taking out the Drapion, and even with the defense debuff, LEDIAN able to tank. We get another defense drop, but LEDIAN able to win the Zero Shield, and they bring in Dugong to take us out. We are going to bring in Lickitung. Lickitung does have access to Power Whip, which will hit for super effective damage, but of course, Dugong is a debuff machine. They are going to be spamming out these Icy Winds to lower our attack. We are going for the Power Whip. Power Whip actually connects, which is very, very nice. They bring in the Shadow Machamp, and now we're bringing in Alomomola. So their lead Pokemon is back in, but since we were able to win Switch versus the Drapion, we're able to align the Machamp with the Alomomola, and Alomomola is all bulk. We are going to have to start shielding up the cross chops, but we are surviving these shadow counters surprisingly well, and we are going to be going for the Psychic. Psychic should force a shield here because they want the Machamp to put in work. They try and commit to a farm down. That's not going to work out. Alomomola too tanky. Dugong is forced to empty its energy here because it's very tough to Ice Shard down an Alomomola. And from here, this is Body Slam range. We'll go for the first Body Slam, which will get the shield. And from here, yeah, even when debuffed, these Licks have absolutely made it into Body Slam range. So the Lickitung able to reach the Body Slam. Body Slam will be taking out the Dugong, and that is a good game. All in all, I had an absolute blast running this team in the Great League Remix Cup. I did go about even on the day, so it's not necessarily a team I'd recommend for climbing, but I did have a ton of fun with it. Just the absolute bulk on all three Mons made it honestly really enjoyable because you could really rely on any Mon to take hits if needed, so the team ended up being fairly flexible. Now, I would say the weak spot is probably the XL LEDIAN, which is unfortunate. Alomomola is a beast. Lickitung, we know that's top meta. But XL LEDIAN has an incredible stat product, but Bug Flying is a really poor defensive typing, and unfortunately, even with the Bug Buzz buff, its moveset is still pretty subpar. But I'm hopeful in the future that LEDIAN will be able to get a moveset update that will really allow it to shine. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.